ES Audio.
Hi, I'm Rochelle Travers, and this is the Evening Standard's Tech and Science Daily. Coming up, the immersive XR tech being used at this year's Glastonbury Festival. But first, it's time to say goodbye to an old friend. Internet Explorer, as the classic browser shuts down for good from today. Explorer was originally introduced in 1995 as the built-in browser for Windows 95. Microsoft has gradually shifted away from the software since it introduced the new Edge browser in 2015 to coincide with Windows 10. From today, according to Microsoft's online help section, the Internet Explorer 11 desktop application will end support for certain operating systems. It will affect users on specific versions of Windows 10. We've been finding out about XR being used at this year's Glastonbury Festival.
We work with musicians to help them make their own 3D sort of interactive spaces. We've created what usually requires a multi-million-dollar budget in a production studio and created a tool that allows people to do it from their homes. Everything's inherently audio reactive, so a musician can sync their music to whatever visuals they're procuring.
That's Mitch Bayer-Goldman, co-founder and COO of Volta XR, which allows musical artists to broadcast metaverse-reaching immersive experiences.
Glastonbury for us obviously is, I guess, definitely a pinch me moment. What we're going to be doing there is we're working alongside the Shangri-La and specifically the arena kind of we're powering is called the Gas Tower, where essentially we're working with around 6 or 7 different artists to do exactly that, to power their visuals that will be on 3 LED screens behind those artists. The visuals themselves will all be 3D and interactive and kind of featuring a lot of motion.
The technology will be used by acts such as Jamie Jones, Archie Hamilton and Grove.
So really for Glastonbury, it's a way in which, you know, to attract the fans, it's visuals that they wouldn't have seen before. It's a way for artists to actually kind of really push the boundaries with sort of this next gen of kind of visual experience.
Volta XR also hopes to eventually help artists create another revenue stream similar to gamers on Twitch. Now, Netflix is planning a real-life Squid Game reality show, but without the fatal consequences, you'll be glad to hear. The platform announced its new 10-episode series, Squid Game: The Challenge, would offer the largest cast and lump cash prize in reality TV history. They're currently recruiting 456 recruits from around the world to play games and compete for a £3.8 million prize. Netflix also confirmed earlier this week that the popular series would be renewed for a second season. Call of Duty is coming to the London Imperial War Museum for a new video game exhibition. Part of the IWM will be converted to a retro gaming zone, with visitors able to play titles including Medal of Honor as part of a new exhibition looking at how conflict is represented in video games. The free show, called War Games, Real Conflicts, Virtual World, Extreme Entertainment, includes a display about the controversial shooter game 6 Days in Fallujah, which was inspired by the real-life testimonies of US Marines and civilians caught up in the conflict around the city in the Iraq War in 2004. Nintendo is being urged to launch an investigation into a drift problem affecting Switch Joy-Con controllers. The consumer group Which surveyed 919 UK-based owners of the original Switch. Some 40% noted problems with drift, but only 73% of those contacted Nintendo about it. This was despite the gaming firm offering a 2-year warranty for the console. Switch launched 5 years ago and there were reports of similar issues then. Drifting is when it registers movement without the joysticks being in use. Nintendo has said only a small number of devices are affected, and customers who experience problems should contact them. Research suggests that Venus's strange clouds are not explained by alien life. Scientists have been debating for years whether our neighbouring planet Venus is home to extraterrestrial life in its clouds. It was thought that this could give a reason as to why there is such strange sulfur chemistry in the clouds over the planet. However, a study from the University of Cambridge has found that life cannot explain the strange composition of the atmosphere. Let's go to the ads. Stay there for more news from the world of tech and science. Plus, 4.3 million Brits admit to hacking their neighbours' Wi-Fi. Whilst you're here, why not give us a rate and follow? Welcome back. A report has found that rising sea levels are threatening nearly 200,000 properties in England, which may have to be abandoned by the year 2050 if things continue. The study, published in the journal Ocean and Coastal Management, looks at where water will cause most damage and whether defences are technically and financially feasible. There is a consensus amongst scientists that decades of sea level rise are inevitable, and the government has said that not all properties can be saved. And finally, now be honest, have you ever hacked into your neighbour's Wi-Fi? Because apparently 4.3 million of us Brits have. As many as 2.7 million admit to doing so after their own internet went down, with a further 1.6 million using it after they'd been given access on a previous occasion. Data from a study by Connect also revealed that a fifth of perpetrators will spend over 2 hours trying to guess passwords. They found the average time spent piggybacking neighbours' internet was 52 days, with 1 in 20 remaining logged on for over a year. You're up to date. Come back at 4 p.m. for the Leader podcast from the Evening Standard here in London. We'll be back tomorrow at 1 p.m. See you then.